owner of Sub Rosa Tea. We're a small company based in Northern Ohio, and we will ship anywhere in the United States. In today's video, I'm going to tell you all about our loose leaf tea that you can use for hot toddies. As a matter of fact, you can use any tea for toddies, but this is what I'm going to talk about in today's video. I've got 12 tea that I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about our stackable teapots and our electric kettles and how easy it is for you to make yourself a hot toddy. Oh, Miss Jennifer, thank you so much. I appreciate you returning. Thank you, hon. Okay, so we sell loose leaf tea. We have over 100 flavors of tea. So the deal is you got to make tea that tastes good. Tastes good to you. Do you see what I'm saying? You can use any flavor of tea to make a hot toddy. My preference is either cinnamon or lemon, but that's just me. But I'm going to talk about a variety in this particular video. And some of the teas I haven't talked about in a really long time. So stay put, okay? Scheduling note. Oh yeah, by the way, what you missed is I put loose leaf tea into my teapot and boiling water. Yes, I did. I did that right before the video started. You might have missed it, but the tea is already steeping. Okay, let's talk about a scheduling note. The whole month of December, I already know what I'm going to be talking about every single Sunday. I'm live at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please join us live. You can join us live on the mobile shopping app. You know how to download an app. I'm sure that you do. It's Sub Rosa Tea, which is 3 words with 2 spaces. You can also watch live on our website. Our website is subrosatea.com. At 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you're going to go to the page called Live Shopping Videos. But if you're watching this on the replay, I want you to know that you can also watch our videos on the replay on that web page. And if you scroll down, you're going to see the future. You're going to see my calendar of events of what I'm going to be talking about next. So if you're interested in any of them, make sure you click the event. That'll open up a screen so you can share with your friends that where you're going to be listening at 8 p.m. Or you can even add it to your calendar. I love that feature. You can add it to your Google Calendar. You can add it to your cell phone's calendar, which will send you a reminder. So that makes a lot of sense to me because I want you to join live. Next week is Sunday, December 1st, and I'm going to be talking about tea tips and tricks. I want to make sure that you watch live and you come if you have any questions. It's the perfect time to ask the expert what your questions are. I am in a Facebook group of tea drinkers. Of course, I'm not just a business owner. I drink tea every day. And it's taken me a lifetime to gather up all of this information and knowledge about tea. And in this group, somebody was saying, hey, we're always talking about things that we like, but I'm new to tea. I don't really know how to store it. How long is it good for? What else can I do with it? She had so many questions. And I thought, oh, perfect topic for a video. And next Sunday is definitely going to be it. So if you are watching on social media, would you do me a favor? If you can hear me, would you comment? It's so helpful. I can see that the volume is totally working on the mobile shopping app and on the website, but I'm not totally sure if it's working on social or not. We also run our videos on replay on YouTube and Instagram. So you could be watching from any number of places. Let's dive in. I want you to know that here at Sub Rosa Tea, we sell 3 sizes of our loose leaf tea. So the ½ ounce is the try me size. This makes about 6 to 8 cups. The 2 ounce makes about 20 to 25 servings, and we have a bulk size too. But when you buy one of our bundles, you're going to save. So we do have a hot toddy tea bundle that's available all year. It's not limited edition. The bundle is available all year. However, the tea flavors that make up the bundle rotate throughout the year. For myself, I drink toddies in the winter. I drink it at this temperature. When it's 40 to 50 degrees, it's cold outside, it's raining, I don't see the sun, there's too much wind. I love a hot toddy specifically, but you can buy our hot toddy tea bundle all year, and it has different teas in it. So I'm going to talk about 12 teas in today's video, but our hot toddy tea bundle has 6. I also want to make sure that you know that we sell a programmable kettle. This is an electric kettle. I know back in the day, most people had a kettle that was on their stovetop. So this is programmable, which is nice because if you are a tea drinker like I am, you're going to want your tea at a very specific temperature. Green and white teas, I like at 165. This also has a setting at 150, which is great for oatmeal or hot chocolate. It has the 180, which I like for oolongs. It has 195, which I love for black teas. And of course, it has boiling. It gets to boiling a lot faster than the microwave or the stovetop, which is great. I love that it's programmable. It'll definitely keep your water in the kettle hot for much longer than any other method, which is great, especially if you're going to have a couple cups of tea. I am using my stackable teapot here to make the tea. The tea and the water are in there, so let me tell you about it in one that's empty. So this comes with a fine mesh infuser. It's got a plastic handle, which I love because, as you can imagine, when you pour boiling water, it's going to get hot in the basket. So the handle's going to stay nice and cool, so you can easily remove the basket and the loose leaf tea when it's done steeping. And this is our stackable teapot. You can see that the top is flat, so if you need more than one, you can stack them. I can get two in my kitchen cabinet. I love that. I love that they're stackable. Stainless steel lid. This is dishwasher safe. It does make 2 cups, 18 ounces, and it, like I said, it's dishwasher safe, and it'll keep your tea hot for 2 hours. I am a chugger. I'm not a slow sipper. I don't need my tea to stay hot for 2 hours, but if you are a slow sipper, you're going to love that feature. So nice, thick ceramic. Your hand will stay nice and cool. The tea will stay nice and hot. We do sell these all year, of course. And I got to tell you, a lot of people in the universe are going to get them for Christmas because we have sold so many of these teapots this year. Makes me very happy. Okay, so at this point, my tea is done steeping. So I'm going to take the basket out. No reason to steep it any longer. When I'm making myself a tea toddy, what I do is I make the tea twice as strong. I use boiling water and I steep it for 5 minutes. That is my personal preference. When I'm just drinking herbal tea, like a caffeine-free tea, I let it steep 8 minutes. The reason I let it do that 8 minutes is that it is then cooled to the temperature that I like to drink it. There's no other reason, really. The rooibos have great health benefits. This one is Yuletide Toddy, so it's a fruity tea. It has cranberry, cinnamon, cherry. It really is fabulous. Let me change the cue. Let me change the cue up. Actually, I want to make my toddy. Okay, so with the tea, when you're making a toddy typically has whiskey. Now, my teacup, as you could tell, is pretty small. Probably not going to add a whole shot. But the deal is that I'm going to add some whiskey to my tea, and it's going to temper it. It will cool the tea down. But I'm always going to use boiling water. I want the tea to be hot, of course. I'm going to add some honey. And I love lemon in a toddy. I think it's really healing. Of course, it tastes good in tea. It's just one of those healing properties. It tastes really good with the honey and the whiskey, as you can imagine. So it's just perfect with that. So that is my perfect toddy. It really heals my throat. Makes me feel fabulous, as you can imagine. I am typically a toddy drinker at night, so a lot of the tea I'm going to talk about in today's video are caffeine-free, but of course you can do you if you're not affected by caffeine. So this guy is absolutely perfect. Perfect for this time of year when it is less than stellar outside. First up, friends, is our apricot brandy. For those of you in the know, this is the black tea. This does have apricots in it, as you can imagine. We have a fair amount of tea that are named after cocktails or drinks or desserts, and it really is super fun. This is nice and fruity, so no spice in it. No other flavors. Sometimes that's exactly what the doctor ordered, in my opinion. So nice and sweet the way apricots are. Yes, it's called apricot brandy. Of course it would be good brandy, whiskey, rum. You better believe it. It is perfect for a hot toddy. Next up in the queue, what happened to my photo? I'm going to have to look online. I'm going to have to see what's up with this. This is Irish coffee. Irish coffee. This is a tea that we actually came out with during the St. Patrick's Day celebration. Irish coffee is typically coffee, of course, with some alcohol and cream. This is a black tea. It's heaven as a toddy. It really is. It does taste like coffee. So it's a black tea. It's got mocha in it, coffee beans in it. It does have chocolate. It's got cream. It's got great depth of flavor. I think you're going to love it. If you like coffee, this is absolutely perfect. And I think about a winter chill. I think about what are the taste flavor profiles that I'm craving when I want a toddy. And sometimes it's not cinnamon or lemon. It's something dark and heavy and rich, and I just love it. Next up, friends, Bananas Foster. Bananas Foster. This was a part of our Mardi Gras celebration. Bananas Foster is very common in New Orleans, and you guys loved this recipe so much. It is now available all year. I love it when you guys speak up. This is fabulous. If you've not had a real Bananas Foster, it's a dessert. Yes, it's got cream and banana and caramel. It normally does have a wonderful caramel sauce. So this tea has that too. This is again a black tea. And typically a Bananas Foster is lit on fire. So again, there's an alcohol element to it. Not that you're eating alcohol with your dessert, but it really is good. Nice, smooth, sweet. Again, no spice in it. It is fabulous. One of our best sellers, it always intrigues me. We sell a lot of this flavor. This is Tennessee whiskey. I'm really proud of this recipe because it's so incredibly different than anything else that we sell. If you're not actually familiar with whiskey, whiskey has a specific flavor note to it because it's aged in a barrel that has been smoked. So the whiskey itself has that little bit of smoke in the background that is very typically has caramel and vanilla and apple. It has amazing depth of flavor. It is very iconic, but very specific. It doesn't taste, whiskey doesn't taste like anything else that I know of. But I captured it. I captured all of those flavor notes in with this tea, but it's not too much. It's not so forward that a non-whiskey drinker wouldn't like it, but it's just the perfect blend, perfect amount of each one of those things in balance. And that's why I think this sells so well. So this is really good iced tea too. It's great as an iced tea. It is a black tea. It is obviously heaven as a hot toddy. This one, cinnamon crumb cake. This is one that I do use a lot when I make myself a hot toddy because this is a black tea that has both sweet and hot cinnamon. That's two different flavor profiles that hit your tongue and your palate very differently. I love it. I love it. I love sweet and hot cinnamon so much. This is exactly what I'm craving when my throat hurts. I suffer from seasonal allergies. They get me. It gets me as long as the ground isn't frozen. I'm suffering from something and I crave cinnamon. Cinnamon is also really good for your metabolism. So if you are looking for something that does it all, I would have to recommend the cinnamon crumb cake. A little bit sweet, definitely with the spice. Talking about spice, the most iconic tea that we sell for a hot toddy is your throat treat. Throat treat is really the perfect tea. I recommend everybody have it in their pantry all the time. You never really know when you're going to get laryngitis or your throat is just going to have that winter chill or you're just going to be talking too much or you're starting a cold or something. Hit it with the throat treat. This is the one, I really promise. And it tastes good. It tastes delicious. It's not medicinal. I know some people think throat treat and they think treat like a treatment, like medicine is, but I called it throat treat because it really is a fabulous thing, a treat that your throat can look forward to. This tea has slippery elm. And I know if you're not familiar with that and you're just reading the ingredients, you're like, what did this crazy lady do? Honestly, slippery elm, humans have been consuming it for thousands of years. It is a tree, but it has these medicinal properties that it can really coat your throat. This tea in particular also has licorice root. It has some cinnamon. Licorice root makes the tea sweeter, so it balances out the other herbal type taste to it. It is nice and sweet. Licorice root is what they used 100 years ago to make hard candy. They use sugar nowadays, of course, but it's an all-natural sweetener. And it's also good for acid reflux. It's good for GERD. It's just that perfect nighttime tea. And it's great as a hot toddy. Absolutely wonderful. Definitely ask for it by name. Trust me. I see so many people watching. I love that you guys are watching. No comments, no questions. I think I've put my audience to sleep, but we're still going to keep talking about tea, I promise. Okay, next up, friends, calming lemon. A calming lemon. Normally, toddies are made with tea and whiskey, lemon, and honey. Very simple ingredients I always have in my house. So any tea that has lemon, I would say would make a great hot toddy for sure, especially if you like lemon. This one, though, particularly, I created it for my allergies. I really thought that the nettle would help calm my allergic reaction, and it absolutely does. But what was a very surprising side effect of me drinking this tea was it seems to also calm my anxiety. So I gotta say, this is a win-win for sure. Absolutely delicious, smooth lemongrass, a little bit of lavender in the background. Perfect for a hot toddy, absolutely. Next up, friends, is our apple pie a la mode. Apple pie a la mode. I also thought this one was going to be seasonal. You guys love it so much. I can't not have it. This is the apple pie a la mode. So this, as you can see, really does look very different than the other teas that I have been showing you. So this is an herbal tea. It's got really big pieces of apple, of course, a cinnamon stick, great depth of flavor, caffeine free. If you've got a sweet tooth, perfect. I happen to love fruit and spice in a hot toddy. I think they go great with whiskey. It'd probably also be good with some whipped cream as like a dessert. Definitely going to satisfy your sweet tooth. And like I said, caffeine free. Next up, elderberry and echinacea elixir. Elderberry and echinacea. This one, I have to say, I created for your immune system. I know that we're talking about hot toddies, which is not something most people are going to drink every day. It's going to be maybe, on occasion when you need it. But this is a tea you should probably drink every day. It's good for your immune system, which is something you want to jumpstart. You want to do it before you are sick, before you're under the weather, before you're not feeling well. You're going to want to boost your immune system so it knows, so it's strong when it comes across a virus. It's going to be able to fight it better. This tea is delicious, of course. Perfect for a hot toddy with its depth of flavor. Berries and spice, gotta love it, right? It's definitely one that you are going to want as a hot toddy. It's good. It's got cinnamon and orange too, which I always crave citrus fruit. This time of year, I feel like my body tells me you need more vitamin C. Speaking of vitamin C, moving on to the pot of gold. Friends, this is another one that we had introduced, thought it was going to be seasonal, part of our Lucky Charms St. Patrick's Day collection. Nope. We've got this one all year because you guys ask for it by name all year. Now, this tea will actually turn your tea gold. Like this one is very, very red. It's got cranberry and cherry in it. This one is very, very gold because it is turmeric. Turmeric is a spice. It's a root. It's known to be good for joint mobility, but it's also going to be good for your inflammation. So if you've got a sore throat, you're thinking hot toddy, definitely go with some turmeric. And it's got the vitamin C. It's got fruit in it. So fruit and spice. So it's sweet and spicy, makes a perfect hot toddy. It's caffeine free. Again, friends, important thing to do when you're making yourself hot toddy, use boiling water to steep your tea. You don't have to drink it that hot. You got to make sure you're doing boiling. Next up, let's talk about the Yuletide Toddy. This is the one that I use today in the video to make myself a toddy. Yuletide Toddy. Oh, delicious. Cranberry, cinnamon, cherry. Perfect. This one is good hot or cold, but again, if you're making a hot toddy, make sure you use boiling water to steep it. I love this with lemon and honey, but it is good plain as well. Next up, friends, 12, number 12. The 12th tea I'm going to talk about is our Italian lemon cookie. This is caffeine free. If you're watching this on the replay, we might not have it anymore. This was a part of our Christmas cookie collection last year, and it's not this year, so I only have a little bit. So if you've had it before and you want to replenish your pantry, now's a good time to do that. Italian lemon cookie. So it is different than the other lemon teas that we sell. It does have other citrus in it. It does have some orange in it, but it also has vanilla. It has wonderful vanilla and lemongrass, so that's why it's called a cookie, of course, nice and sweet. But we will be discontinuing this one. So Italian lemon cookie, perfect for your nighttime hot toddy, perfect for this time of year, thinking about Christmas cookies, of course. And again, friends, all of our tea, no sugar, no carbs, no calories. A lot of the tea we talked about today are caffeine free, but you can use any tea that we sell to make yourself a hot toddy. Friends, I don't see any questions tonight, so I'm going to log off, but I hope to see you next Sunday or very soon. Again, friends, no matter what you do with the rest of your day, have yourself a cup of tea and take care of you. Bye-bye, friends.